Go.
If Africans is colonized by an imperial country, do you think the Africans could be happy? Yes, they could. They could be happy. There are some reasons following our opinion. First is that Africa can get a lot of aid from imperial country. Do you know in Africa, one person dies per 3 seconds, and it is very surprising record. And as you know, Africa is lack of many things like food and water, clothes, and etc. And if imperial country colonized the Africa country, the normal citizens could be more happy by getting this aid. And the second reason is that more organizations like World Vision can help Africans more freely. Actually, nowadays there are some restriction to organization that helps poor people that some African countries don't want them to come into their country. So with the colonization of the imperial country, those organizations will have less difficulty to go to the African country and help more people. Thank you.
However, our side believes that even though Africa becomes the colony of the United States, the situation will not get any better because, first of all, if Africa becomes America's colony, the United States will only want to get the profit of it. So we believe that Africa will not get much help as most people believe. Also, we think that nobody in the world has the right to do the colonization because everybody is equal and United States is not in the higher place, and so we think that United States does not deserve this. And if United States do the colonization of Africa, then there will be a problem in the globalization in the world, and this will really become a problem. And these reasons will be explained more by the second and the third speaker.
I believe that maybe all you know how serious the Africa is in how serious the condition in Africa is in now, and there is very high rate of starvation and the water deficiency, and there are many people who are now dying. Even as the first speaker mentioned, one people are now dying per 3 seconds, and so if Africa becomes the colony of the United States, first they can get many helps like the clothes, food, and even the money, and also the water and many things. They can live more happily with many conveniences. So I think that in Africa, citizens in Africa, the lives of citizens are more important than just keeping the Africa like that. That worst conditions. Like actually, now I believe it is the time to make many citizens' lives more improved, and they should have the right to be more happy from the aid of the United States. And also, like maybe many people can say that the many privileges of Africa don't want to be colonized by the United States, but that those peoples are just small group of people. But I think the happiness of the majority of citizens in Africa are more important. And if Africa get more aid, maybe the rates of the death of the just innocent people will be more decreased. So I believe that Africa has to choose the option of being the colony of the United States. Thank you.
Today we are here to talk about whether Africa should be a colony of America. On the proposition side said that it should be. However, we believe that it doesn't make any sense because we cannot guarantee that things will get better even though the America colonized the Africa. It is something that just repeats the policy of the past. Firstly, the first speaker of the proposition side said that Africa can get a lot of aid from America, so it will lead to development. However, will they aid Africa for free? I don't think so. I think that they only work for their profit. For example, Japan colonized Korea and they took all the natural resources of Korea, so they just helped us for their profit, so it will not make any condition better. And also, you said that in the second speaker said that because of starvation, many people are dying. So colonization by America will help this, ease this. However, the reason why the people in Africa are suffering from starvation is because the politics are not stabilized. And the reason why the politics are not stabilized is because of colonization by Europe in the 1930s or 20s. After the colonization, they divided the country without considering the boundary of tribe, and they just made the boundary between countries. So that's why there is so many wars and there are so many people dying from starvation. So we cannot say that things will get better by colonization by America, since it cannot ease any conditions. It cannot be like fundamental solutions to the problem. So I think that what we have to do is some help to stabilize politics, such as rearranging the boundary between countries, considering the tribe again. Thank you.
Our team also believes that accepting this colonization guarantee 100% guarantee the success. However, it is one of the solution. And I also agree with the second speaker's point that they would not give the aids for free, because it's like, I believe that it's same as like managing the company, because nobody wants to make the losses, they also want to make profits. So the United States will give the cheap, in order to attain a cheap labor, they will give a lot of working places in order to make profits. So it will help in some way to the citizens in Africa, because for them it is more important to sustain their lives better than before losing their identity or developing their economy of the company of the nation. So I believe that for in case of the Africans who are suffering from lack of food and AIDS, it is it is more important to sustain their lives by getting working places that is offered by the United States for earning a profit. Thank you.
I am the third speaker of countryside and arts. First, to talk about the point of the person. And you kept saying that the United States can give many aids to help them. However, I think aid can be done when the production is balanced. And the balanced production doesn't mean colonization. So I mean that if African countries are not their colonies, we can express the help of the United States as aid. However, if African countries are colonies of the United States, it's not called aid. And also, I want to say that, I want to ask you guys that, what do you think is the real cause of lack of happiness and lack of resources, and one person dies per 3 seconds? Of course, the previous speaker, Dina, already talked. So I think in really past days, African countries were very peaceful by living in their tribes. But with the success of industrialization and by colonization of England or France, this lack of resources caused after being colonized by them. And at this perspective, do you think colonization is a real solution for them? And also, I want to say that in 21st century, globalization is done nowadays. And there is very many negative effects like climate change. And to solve the climate change and to help the whole people in the world, Kyoto Protocol has been done. However, the United States is the only country that did not ratify it, and they are arguing that they have the right to emit carbon dioxide. And if they colonize African countries will have the right to emit carbon dioxide too. And do you think it is a real solution for all human beings in the world? I don't think so. I mean that the United States doesn't deserve to have colony. Doesn't matter what the colony is. It doesn't matter Korea. The United States cannot colonize any any countries in the world. They don't deserve. If the United States has real knack and talent, and if they can really help the other countries, I will say I have to think about it. But in case of the United States, I don't think so. Definitely, they don't deserve it. They are immoral. I think they have any minds to help the others. They only think about themselves in this perspective. In Kyoto Protocol, they did not ratify it.
In this case, I want you guys to think about in this case. Thank you.